What's up guys, jtmoffroad here. Today's video, hopefully we're finally getting this thing level. So guys, if you've been following along for a while, there's a bunch of videos back where I attempted to fix the sag that I have in the Jeep, directed towards the rear, and it failed. So I had springs off a buddy that I used, threw those in the back, still sagged to the one side. So I don't know if it's just coincidence, but it really just seems like it's just worn, and now I'm starting to think that maybe the front's sagging too. At this point I'm like, all right, I gotta get new springs, gotta get those in, get this whole thing leveled up. Because I don't think the frame is warped or anything weird like that's happening. Had old springs, you know, just they were sagging. I think we just need to replace them. So they're rough country springs, and I thought, let's go ahead and call them up. Tell them we have sagging springs and see what happens. So called up rough country, you know, told them what was going on, told them that my springs were sagging and had them for a while. Beat the crap out of them, love them, they're great. And started taking my info down. You know, a couple minutes later he said, all right, they're on their way. What? Yeah, they're right here. That's all of them. Those are the springs that are gonna replace the old sagging springs on my Jeep. Huge thanks to Rough Country. Great customer service. It's phenomenal. I'm just so ecstatic they were able to help me out, and you know, I'm able to get these springs on and hopefully continue on my way. Hopefully this gets them all leveled out. So again, huge thanks to you guys. Awesome. You guys are awesome. So we got new springs, got new U-bolts, hardware. Take the old springs off this, put the new ones in. Hopefully this will all be leveled out. What I'm gonna do is get all the springs in, and then I'm going to go around to each point. I'm not gonna torque them down right away. I'm gonna leave everything loose, cycle the suspension front and back a bunch of times. And after I get that done, then I'll torque everything down. Similarly, all around. One of the things I noticed when checking this out was, you see the shackle angle here, as opposed to the shackle angle down there. This leaf spring's pushed out further. So I don't know if, you know, it's just sagging a bit or exactly what's going on. But actually, before I do anything else, these are the rear springs. They come with the shims already. I have to loosen the pack up, flip these shims around, because just the way my pinion angle is right now, I have to shift this around to get it to what I need it to be, because I don't have the slip yoke eliminator in yet. I do have it. It's just, for right now, we're just getting the Jeep level and drivable, and then from there on out, that's gonna be, you know, we're gonna get the slip yoke eliminator in, do the drive shafts. I got them sitting over there. Got to get those cut down, balanced, all that stuff. That's completely different video. That'll be a whole nother series when that happens. But today we're just dealing with leaf springs. We're gonna go ahead, put these off to the side. We're gonna go ahead and loosen these up, flip the shim around, start taking this all apart, get ready to go. So I think the rear should have no problem, because I've taken the U-bolts off that many times. That's all been apart. It's been a while since I touched the front, but I don't think we'll really have any problems with it. U-bolts, you know, worst comes to worst, we just cut them off. But everything else, I don't think we're gonna have any problems. The shackles, they should be all right. I don't know about on the frame, but that's what we have cutting tools for. Alrighty guys, I think it's about time to spring into action. Alright, rear's done. That all went really well. And, well, I had a hiccup with U-bolts because I didn't use new ones in the back. I ended up using the ones that I used on here originally. So, had a little hang up with that, and then time kind of screwed up. So, a couple days later from when we first started this, I did have to cut a little more off the U-bolts. I didn't film that because you've seen me cut U-bolts before. But there wasn't like a whole lot, but we did cut some extra off just because the springs I had in the back had an extra leaf in them, so that was a little longer, so there was too much hanging off these, so I cut those off. So these are all set and ready to go. One thing I wanted to show was, let me get my measuring tape. The front right now is about 38 and a half inches, and then this fender is about 38 inches. So right now, while it's jacked up on stands, it's actually pretty decently level. So I don't know where the ½ inch came from, if it's the fenders maybe being a little off, is it the stands, is it the springs up front, I don't know, but it's definitely level when it sits on stands. More level than it was. We'll get the tires on right now, then we'll torque everything down in the end. So got the front off, everything went pretty well. Just had to cut 2 of the U-bolts off. So I think we can reuse these. We'll just weld them up again and keep going. Just kidding. Gonna ditch all that. We're done with those. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean these plates up just a little bit. The one side's not too bad, they're still black, but the underside's pretty rusted. So we'll go ahead and grind those down a bit and throw some paint on them before we put them back in. So that's that. But whole front came off relatively simple, so that's great. Did notice that this shackle mount is like, I don't know, there's a gap in here and I can't really stick my finger in it. And you go to this side and I can get my finger in it. So I don't know if this frame is just on its last legs or what, but that might be like that ½ inch difference that we were talking about. I don't know, we'll see. These were the old springs. These ones, I think they were definitely about ready to be replaced. I don't know. I don't know much about leaf springs, but it's starting to have a little bit of a gap there. They're pretty, I'd say this is kind of bent. So you can see that the spring, center of that resting is a little further out. I believe this was actually on the passenger side, the side that wasn't bad. So who knows? I don't know. But they're definitely old and in need of replacing. So that's where we're at. We're gonna go ahead and start cleaning these up and then just put everything back together. We got new U-bolts here, all ready to go. Go ahead and use those and should go back together pretty well. Well, I was looking through my spare parts bin and I forgot I had these. So these are in better shape than the ones I just showed you, so we're just gonna go ahead and run with these ones. So that'll be nice, less work, just throw those right in. So let's keep going, finish this up. Alrighty guys, springs are on and front went pretty good, no hiccups. So the spring to frame bolts and spring to shackle bolts they're on, they're snug, but they're not like fully to torque yet. So I need to cycle the suspension a little bit. So I already kind of did that in the back and then just pushed on the front a little bit. So I'm going to do it some more. But I did measure this back corner and the corner on the other side. This is 26.5. The other side's like 27.5. So there's still like an inch difference, but before it was like 3 inches. The front is closer. This side's now like 36 3/4. This side's about a little over 37. So on the front, it's kind of hard to tell, but before the shackle angles were very different. And now they're still a little different, but more similar than before. So that's better. So I won't film this, but I'm gonna cycle the suspension and then get everything to torque, and then it'll be ready. So then hopefully, you know, I'll drive around and stuff and see where it is. But I mean, this is already looking better. This side, I forgot to measure before, but the gap on that side was much smaller. And it is now raised up. It is so much better. You check this side, you know, let's see, right, good unit of measurement right here. So it's a little different, but it's much closer together. So much better. I really just need to drive around and see how it is after the fact. But I'm so glad that this is finally leveled out. Alrighty guys, that's about it. Got the new springs on. It's more level than it was before. I'm not going to drive around just yet. I'll do a follow-up video just to see how everything sits after I drive around a bunch. I found out I have a front driver wheel bearing that's bad. Just checking stuff around, and it is wobbling a good bit. So I have to fix that, and then once that's done, I'll drive it around and see how it sits after the fact. Again, huge thanks to Rough Country for sending me these springs out. It was just such a relief that they were able to send these springs out for me, and I didn't have to worry about, you know, getting other ones, getting new ones. So again, huge thanks to you guys for doing that. I can't wait to get on the trails, see how well these new springs do. Alrighty guys, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Go down to the description, click the link for t-shirt, buy one of my t-shirts. All money goes directly back into the channel, Jeep, equipment, everything. That's it, about wraps up this video guys. We'll see you in the next one.